Hey everybody, Leadspeed here. I'm back again with another Pokemon Showdown live thingy. Yu Beta again. I don't know. I've been enjoying it a bit more and more. I don't know why. It's probably just because of just the variation, I guess. I don't know. It's interesting though, just because I made a recent OU team that I'm wanting to show later, so that's a thing. And actually, it features a set that I'm using on this team particularly as well. So I guess in a way I'm testing the waters of a different set that, I decided, what, let's try something like this. Something a little bit different, people never really used. Or, well, to be fair, I haven't seen anybody use them, but hey, someone out there has probably have done it before, and either they succeeded with it or they failed altogether. And I guess we're going to find out, won't we? But anyways, most of the team should be familiar to you guys by this point in time. Swiftblade is the same. Sayaka is the same. I should probably clarify that nickname a little bit because there's actually several of them. I'm referring to a specific anime character who goes by the name Miki Sayaka. So, yeah, there you go. That's what I was referencing right there. Whimsicott hasn't changed anything. The Rhyperior hasn't changed. Now, these two, well, this one's changed from when I used it one time. One time I used it, and then the Meloetta's got a whole different set going on. So let's talk about good old Mighty V first. Yes, Victini. I've only ever used this Pokemon once. Now, I know that sounds kind of crazy, but yeah. It's one of the I think this might be the only Pokemon that I've used like once, and that's it. Well, we're going to break that mold. We're going to use him once again. Just throw a Choice Scarf on him, and he'll be outspeeding some things, revenge killing things, especially if people aren't expecting that. Although I think people might start expecting that now. Even though I got wrecked by a freaking special Victini with Grass Knot. Oh my god, the painful memories. Because I had a battle I did that I don't even remember who it was against. I never uploaded it just because the game was just boring. It was actually at the time where Chansey was in UU, and it was a pretty miserable time because the game was like, I swear the game it just went on and on and on. Nothing was happening. Like, I mean, I don't play like full on stall just because games take forever, nothing happens. And it's not even that, oh, there's no predictions or anything. There's predictions, but they don't go anywhere. So, yeah, that's my little rant there, bud. That's not really the point of this video, is it? Choice Scarf Bikini, V-Create, Bolt Strike, because they both hit really heavy. Zen Headbutt for stab, well, secondary stab along with V-Create, and U-Turn for scouting. So, that's basic. And then finally, the Meloetta. Yeah, you probably weren't expecting this, were you? Yeah. Parasong, Thunderwave, Psyshock, and U-Turn. This set is mainly to be used as, well, I mainly use it as like a way to deal with certain Pokemon like Suicune, like Calm Mind Suicune, Calm Mind Latias, etc. For the reason that Parasong, when you use it, every Pokemon that hears the song on the field will faint in 3 turns. And this will force switches more often than not. So I guess the main premise is switching in on some of those threatening mons, go for Parasong or even T-Wave, depending on what it is, and gain momentum with U-Turn or just attack straight on with Psyshock. She still has good special attack even if you don't invest in it, so it's still an interesting option. Now, will it work? Well, I guess we'll find out, won't we? Because, I don't know, it's just something I wanted to try out. And, so, something a little bit different than, I guess, what other people may have been using and what I've been using. So yeah, that's basically what we got going on, and let's see where our journey takes us. So see you guys in just a moment. Alright, battle number 1, and ooh, we got some pretty scary stuff over here. That Hydreigon particularly can be pretty scary if I'm not careful. And as far as leads though, I think Glade might actually be a safe enough lead, kind of. Although I'm not entirely sure. I want to use it right. I want to leave it right here to get up rocks, because then he leads with this, of course. Like, I was so tempted not to lead with Rhyperior, and I'm kind of glad I made that decision. Because, you know, I'm just like... I don't even know anymore, man. I'm going to switch into... I could go into Meloetta, but I'm not going to do that yet. I want to go into... I do want to switch out to something. Yeah, I guess Whimsicott's probably the best thing to take it. To take any one hit. And there's the Scald. Now, I'm going to predict him to switch and go for U-turn right here. I'm going to expect him to switch out. And he actually doesn't. Alright. Clever you. Alright. Usually I expect to switch just because Encore will pretty much lock him in the Scald and it's not going to be fun. I'll go into this just because, well, it could take an Ice Beam. Or this. Wow. Smart play. Anyways. I'm going to go back into Whimsicott. And there's Toxic. Alright, cool. That's fine. Now I'm actually going to go for the Encore now. Now he switches. Alright. Not bad at all. Very good. But anyways, I'll go for U-turn here. That does a decent amount of damage despite the fact that it's not that well, there goes my crippled Victini for the game. And go into Gastrodon and I get Parrot. Woot! We can tell this session is going to be going great because of that alone, so... Anyways. We're going to go right for the Leech Seed right here. Just so that, you know, we can get a little bit of extra health recovery and stuff like that. And I guess it offsets the Toxic also. And I'm going to go right for the U-turn here. In case he wants to switch, and he doesn't. I'm going to go to... I guess I'll go on the Gallade here. And he goes for Scald. Yeah, I'm so lucky today. I don't know. It's whatever though. Because I didn't get burned in the last video, even though Suicune was using Scald like a bajillion times on me. And I mean, it is what it is, my friend. It's a thing that exists for whatever the reason is. HP Flying. Yeah, I've seen a couple of these, and that's a crit Psycho Cut. Yeah, this thing is bulky. Like, even the crit should have done a lot more damage than it did. But that's just what it is. I'm going to go right for Shadow Sneak. What the heck is going on? 2 crits in a row, man. Now, I know this thing can't do anything. Because this thing has probably got Roost, Defog, Thunderbolt or Volt Switch, and Hidden Power Flying. So Rhyperior can basically come in on this thing and just cause some trouble, basically. And getting up Stealth Rock is good just because, well, he could Defog, but it's like, who cares? Because he's not going to want to stay in and die. Like, oh, he lived. Nice. I'm going for Stealth Rock right here. Like, I really don't care if he switches out or if he goes for Roost. Because basically, he's going to die either way. Because if he wants to Defog, this thing's going to die. And basically, I really don't care if he wants to switch or not. Alright. There's that switch in. Now, Gastrodon actually does cause me some trouble, and ironically, because I swapped out for Roserade, it's not particularly... Roserade would definitely be more useful than Whimsicott is, but then again, I really don't know, so... I'm gonna go for U-turn. Why is he staying in all of a sudden? I guess, man, I thought I was pretty ballsy with that kind of play, but apparently I'm not. Apparently I'm not the only one who is. Alright. We're gonna go into this. I thought he would switch because I encored him the Toxic. I could basically just switch into Victini or anything else that I want. And actually, speaking of which, I'm just gonna go for Toxic. Because I could care less, to be completely honest with you. And I'm going to go into my Whimsicott. Even if he wants to switch, yeah, I don't really care if he switches out. Because basically, yeah, just get her up to full HP. Then I'm going to go for Leech Seed right here. If he wants to defog, yeah, he is going to defog. Honestly, it doesn't matter. Because I'm going to go for Encore now. Now he has to go for defog every turn. And basically, I'm going to get the switch initiative. And this battle's already going on for 5 minutes and barely anything's happened except my Gallade died. But okay. Yeah, that's basically what happened. Alright. Switches into that. Yeah, I should have expected the T-Wave, to be completely honest. And I'm just going to go right for the U-turn. I have no reason not to. Oh my god! Look at that! Every single time I try to go for U-turn, he gets parried. I guess it makes up for the last video where, I don't know, I avoided hacks like crazy. Not sure about that. Actually, I'm going to go for Leech Seed. Yeah, I'm going for Leech Seed. Because if he wants to go into Celebi, it's going to die, basically, to U-turn. So, yeah. And we're going to go right for... I guess we'll go right for the U-turn. I'm surprised this battle's gone as long as it did. Then again, it's not all that important, I guess. Because he's going to have to switch. Or, you know, lets me get a lot of health back. So I'm going to go for another wish. He's going to go into this thing. Now, I'm going to... I think he's going to predict my Whimsicott. So I am going to go for Scald right here. Or he could go for Draco. That was risky, you know. All right, guy. We're gonna be ballsy. Dang, I don't think I could be any ballsier than that because, like, really? And of course, I actually miss. I am so good at this game, man. Yeah, I don't know. The hacks from the last game kind of makes up for that, or well, actually, does it even make up for the hacks in the last game? Because I don't know, because I avoided Scald burns with Gallade while setting up the +4, and then this happens. So, okay. And yeah, there's the stun score. And it doesn't matter anyhow, so that's basically a thing. I'm going to go for the U-turn now, because I know it's just naturally faster, especially when both these things are bulky. And I'm going to rep that. I'm going to go back in the right period. If he wants to... He can... Actually, I'm going to go for Earthquake right here, actually. Predicting his Gastro. And that's exactly what he does. So, yeah, I'm just going to go for Earthquake. Just kill this thing. Now it's out of the way. So, after about 9 minutes... Jeez. I'm just amazed at how long this took. You know what I mean? Well, I mean, I guess that's kind of good because... Well, I don't want it being like a stall fest that goes on for about an hour plus, you know what I mean? I mean, I watched Leo's video showing that what happens when you use stalling UU, and it makes me think, yeah, this is why I like a balance, because I don't like games lasting that long. Especially because, you know, sometimes there's other stuff to do, or there's like, maybe I want to get more games, but guess what? It's like, you're not going to get your wish because, oh, freaking, the game took about an hour. It took as much time as the freaking, you know, it took as long as, you know, the amount of games you could have gotten at once. I'm going to try to go for a yeet. Thank you. You know, yeah, that's kind of weird just because I'm like, oh, well, I switched into like, I don't know. I guess I'll go into Rhyperior. It's kind of the best. It's kind of the best thing to go into, especially since the Gastrodon and the Celebi are gone. Pretty good core, by the way. I kind of like that core. Granted, I'm not particularly sure how to go about this, and Victini is crippled for life. So I think I'm going to switch out just to see what he's going to do. He's going to go for Dark Balls. Yeah, I don't want to switch just because Dark Balls. And we're going to go for Rhyperior again. And that did a lot of damage. But I do get to kill this thing just because the thing is not that bulky. And Rhyperior's got base 140 attack. I'm going to go for Stealth Rock right here in case he's going to Sucker Punch. I mean, I don't know. I mean, what have I got to lose, right? Because, I mean, even if he Iron Hands, I would have died anyways. So, yeah. Basically, that's what it kind of boils down to. And that's basically the game right there. So, I don't know. And I'm going to go right for V-Create. That did a decent amount. You know, that basically did nothing, basically. Alright. I guess we're gonna go into this, won't we? Too bad I don't have Stealth Rock up. Stealth Rock would be really nice to have in this situation. Because, you know, Stealth Rock. And actually, this is probably not even the best display of what the team can do. But then again, like, what do I freaking know, right? I'm gonna go for Pear Song. And actually, I'm gonna go for T-Wave. I am gonna go for T-Wave. I'm gonna be that jerk. Yeah, I'm gonna be a jerk just because, you know, we can't have enough para hacks in this freaking thing. And actually, the ironic part is none of the, well, the set can't do anything to Bisharp. I can't do anything to this thing. I will U-turn. Yeah, I think this is probably GG. I'm surprised at how long it took just because of that reason alone. And yeah, he's gonna die next turn. So yeah, basically he's gonna have to switch or die. So let's find out what happens. He's just gonna switch. And I'm gonna go for Side Shock. That was a crit. Zapdos is freaking bulky. You know what? I think I'm gonna call it quits here. So yeah, I'm gonna forfeit off screen and then I'll see you when I get into the game. In fact, I don't know how many games I'm gonna do. This one was actually pretty long. So yeah, see you guys in just a moment. Battle number 2. Alright, let's see if our luck's any better this time. Not that it really matters that much. But hey, it's a thing that exists. And I'm going to lead with... I don't want to leave it right period just because, yeah, it's my obvious Stealth Rocker. And I don't want to lead with Whimsicott either just in case he leads with Absol. Let's go Glade. Again. I don't know what this thing wants to do. I don't know if it's choice. I will go into... I guess I could go into Victini because it could take any of its stab. Yeah, I freaking knew it. Well, actually, I didn't know it, but I'm just like, just on the off chance. This thing has freaking... Just on the off chance. This has freaking, Will-O-Wisp. He goes the Rhyperior. Yeah, I wanted the U-turn, but at the same time, it's like, it's kind of risky. Because if he stayed in, you know, like the last person did, he just stayed in when there's like, clearly there's a threat in front of him. It doesn't turn out that great. Let's just say that right now. I'm just telling you that right now. And I'm just gonna go for Scald. I could double switch here. Honestly, the reason I'm not double switching is because I don't know how my opponent's playing. I really don't know how my opponent plays, so... We'll go into Whimsicott. Whimsicott can annoy the heck out of this thing. And that's basically what we're gonna do. Toxic, okay. So another Florges has Toxic. I'm actually kind of surprised at how many Florges are actually carrying Toxic. And actually, that might mean he doesn't have... He either won't have Protect or Aromatherapy. It's basically one or the other. And Protect. I could lock him into Protect, but yeah, that'd be kind of not. That wouldn't do anything. Actually, yeah, I'm just gonna Leech Seed. I really, he has nothing to take it except Absol if it was Mega Evolved. So yeah, that's basically a thing. And I know this thing isn't choiced. So the thing is like a bulky variant. So I'm going to go right into my Victini again. And actually, the team should have like a, a rabbit spin or some crap like that. Because, rabbit spin is pretty good, I heard. Actually, I'm going to switch for... No, wait. U-turn. I know what you're thinking. Wait, what were you doing that for? Well, here's my thought. I'm thinking if I went in the Whimsicott, it wouldn't do anything. The only thing I could do is I could go into it. I was going to go into it predicting a Sucker Punch and then Encore it, but it wouldn't work because Mega Absol. What am I thinking, right? I was like, what am I thinking? I don't freaking know. It's not like I could freaking predict. I can't predict for beans right now. Not that, that's not a surprise or anything, but yeah, that's basically how it works. And I don't know. It's kind of weird because, Mega Absol, it's kind of okay. Pointless attack drop is pointless. Whimsicott? Not Whimsicott. Mighty V. Let's go. I don't know. I'm not having that good of a run, but hey, you're not always gonna have a good run when you do Showdown. In fact, I'm posting this I'll post this because, I may lose, but well, it just means that you lose. You're not perfect. You can't always win. And that's something y'all need to understand. People, I've seen people comment about how, oh, you only post wins and you never post losses. Well, no, that doesn't really apply to me. I'll post wins and losses as long as, the battles are good, And I think these battles are alright. They're not the best, but I think they're worth posting. If not for the awkward commentary that goes along with it. But hey, you know what though? At the end of the day, it's freaking Pokemon. And with Pokemon, it's all sorts of random hacks can happen and everything. And he predicted me to set up a wish predicting the switch, but I'm just like, no, sir. And he forfeited. Okay. I don't know. I think we'll get one more game, and then we'll call it we'll call it a day. So be right back. All right, battle number 3, and interesting. He's got a Doublade on his team. Now this team is interesting. Now, the team I'm using is kind of weird. I don't know if I should be using Victini, but hey, I'm using Victini because I haven't used one in ages, and heck, I only used them like once, so I might swap them out for something else. But I need to have what am I trying to say? I need to have decent. I don't know what I'm trying to say, basically. I need to have good support. Shit. If he goes for Sleep Powder, this thing's crippled for the rest of the game, and I need this thing. So I am going to switch predicting the Sleep Powder or Magical Leaf. Are people really using this? I've heard about people using this set now. The Technician set. That's interesting and everything, and that did a lot of damage. Then again, I'm not invested in special defense. Actually, I need to... I'll Encore. I'll Encore just so that I can get into my Meloetta just fine. Meloetta can basically take these for days. That's my assumption, and that did a lot of damage regardless of my investment and such. I'm going to go for the... I'll go for T-Wave, actually, on this turn. Because even if he doesn't switch out, I can live another hit. And the Encore is over. And the Encore is over. Psyshock. And he just dies! Actually, I wasn't paying attention to the gender, so I probably have said it wrong. And that's not good either. You know what? I'm going to go for the Pear Song. In case he wants to set up. Yeah, you can set up all you like. Because you're eventually going to die, basically. And I'm going to go right for the U-turn. And it doesn't work, haha. Doesn't work. Anyways, I don't know why I'm taunting as if I actually... like I actually meant anything. But you know what? Encore. Just like you have to go for it. Now, I could go into Rhyperior because he's gonna have to switch into something to take an Earthquake. Nothing's gonna want to take an Earthquake except this thing if it's bulky. But you know what? None's gonna want to take this hit. So he's gonna have to switch. He's going to the Hack Slinging Slasher. Or, I don't freaking... well, that's not what it is, but... yeah, or well, maybe it's a reference to the Hack Slinging Slasher. I don't freaking know. You never know, right? You know? You never know. It could be something like that. And... I want to go into Vaporeon, actually. I don't want to get hit by that move. Because I know that does. And this thing might have knockoff, but... let's be honest, it doesn't matter. But he gets a crit, though. At least this thing's gone. This thing could have actually been a threat to me. Because, you know, Meloetta's kind of... well, she's bulky, but not physically. I'm going to go for Protect. I want to see if this thing has... yeah, if this thing has Wild Charge. And it does. Jesus. Alright, Rhyperior. He goes into the Emperor. Nice. He predicted my switch into Rhyperior. Although that switch was painfully obvious, though. Why? I mean, what am I thinking? Am I right, buddy? Actually, I'm gonna go on the Meloetta because she could take that easily. And actually, I'm gonna go for T-Wave. Now, you might think, why go for T-Wave on this thing? Well, my friends, I want this. I basically, well, the point of this is to kind of just spam Parasong and force switches, basically, because he'll have to switch eventually or he'll die. And Psyshock will hit this thing's physical defensive stat. And actually, you know what? I'm gonna go for U-turn. If he doesn't want to switch, then that's fine with me. Because I'm gonna go into Vaporeon to take that like a champ. Like a camp champ. And alright. Well, alright, well, I know this feels kind of short, but you know what? This is the kind of random shit that happens, and Parasong Meloetta saves the day once again. And the second actually put in a lot of work if used correctly. Of course, you can't just throw it on a team unless you're like me and you just use it with this kind of stuff, although there's some kind of reasoning for it. But anyways, I can't believe I referenced that movie when I said Camp Champ. I was watching the Nostalgia Critics review on the freaking Care Bears 2, and I gotta say, I don't know why that's in my head. It might just be because of how annoying it is, and it never leaves your head. It's kind of one of those things, you know, those catchphrases, like the annoying phrases that just never leave your head for some reason. It's kind of like that. But yeah, if you guys like this video, leave a like, leave a comment below, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out, guys. Damn, Meloetta, you scary for some reason. The Parasong set, woo, damn.